When I was a young boy, I would pretend to be Jim Thorpe, one of the early great football heroes. Later, I emulated Johnny Unitas with the Baltimore Colts. I would run and zig and zag in our backyard on Franklin Avenue in Lewisburg, Tennessee, and score touchdown after touchdown, time and time again. I was a sports hero in my mind. As a young drummer, I listened to Gene Krupa and Joe Morello of the Dave Brubeck Quartet and emulated their drumming style. They were the best of the best in those days, and I listened and practiced their style of drumming. I pretended to be them. At times, I suppose, I was a wild and crazy drummer. In college, I loved the way my professor, Jim Van Hook, directed choirs. He had the coolest style, the warmest of banter, and I wanted to be just like him. And for a while, so I became. You see, we pretend to be others while we are developing our own style. Copy, copy, copy till you make it your own. I had to learn my voice as a drummer, as a writer, and as anything else I've pursued by learning and copying from others. I love this quote by Austin Kleon from his book, Still Like an Artist. Start copying. Nobody is born with a style or a voice. We don't come out of the womb knowing who we are. In the beginning, we learn by pretending to be our heroes. We learn by copying. We learned to write by memorizing the alphabet first and then forming the letters. We copied what was on the blackboard in our elementary schools. And then came spelling, sentences, diagramming of sentences, then longer passages, and then we wrote term papers. We borrowed ideas and quotes from various sources. We borrowed and we learned. Interesting fact, in his early days, Johnny Carson tried to emulate Jack Benny. He ended up being Johnny Carson. David Letterman copied Johnny Carson. He ended up being David Letterman. Conan O'Brien tried to become David Letterman. He ended up being Conan O'Brien. We start out copying, mimicking, patterning ourselves or our style after someone else, and along the way we make adjustments, we tweak our style, and sooner than soon we make it our own. We become an original by learning from others first. That sounds like such a contradiction in terms, but it is so. And it is all stealing at its finest. Let the let's pretend dance continue.